Do y'all ever have days when you're like, why am I like this? And then also have days like, why is it like this? Like, you've done nothing. Your day's just being crap through no fault of your own. And everything seems to be like, where are we going and why are we in this handbasket? Yeah. I look forward to filming Music and Makeup Mondays so much. I love it when I have a good idea and it's all come together. But it's almost like the world conspires against me to get it filmed. Oh, you wanted that brush? Well, I'm just gonna throw that on the floor for you. Oh, that was the bronzer you were counting on? Yeah, that's not gonna work for you today. It will work any other day but today. That's just how it is. And so today is not one of those like, why am I like this? It's more like one of those like, why is today being this way? Because it's such a good day. And then, as if the day wants my entire attention and I'm getting ready to film, it's like, oh yeah, I'm not going to make that easy for you because, I don't know, why? Why me? Alright, yeah. My face is kind of doing the same thing. My face is like, oh, you didn't want to film today because I'm going to have a breakout. So yeah, surely you weren't counting on filming today. Someday my eyebrows will grow back. I don't know when that day is going to be, but someday I feel quite sure it's going to happen. Maybe. This is the part where I give up and go back to my day job. Go back to my day job. Like I ever left it. Yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah, I was hoping to have like beachy waves or whatever, but my hair's not cooperating. Because why would it? Because why would it? You ever just have one of those days where it's like, okay, life, like, it doesn't have to be this way. Why are you acting up with me today, Miss Life? It's not really life, is it? It's just, trying to get stuff done sometimes, and then you're just, okay, so right now it's 8 o'clock at night, which, I mean, when you're as old as I am, that's, like, really late. That's, like, 2 or 3 in the morning for some of you youngsters. And I am just now getting started, like, filming my Music and Makeup Mondays. And normally I would have this, like, out and done already today. But it's just like, do you ever have those days where you're trying to get something done and you go, okay, well, I can start this as soon as I do this. And then you do that. And then you go, oh, well, there's one more thing I got to do. And then you do that. And you're just like, one more thing I got to do. And then there's one more thing. Hey, y'all, welcome back. If you don't know me, I'm TK. And this channel is all about doing some makeup. We do some food here, some really good food. And we do some makeup and we have a good time. And if that sounds like fun to you, go ahead and do the YouTube-y things. Subscribe, make sure your notifications are turned on, and leave a like on this video. How is everyone today? I am so excited because today begins a 5-part series of Music and Makeup Monday. This background has everything to do with it. If you guys don't know, if you've been here, you know I am a beach freak. I want so badly to live at the beach. I love the beach. I go every year. I make sure that I get somewhere near the ocean every single year. This particular picture behind me is the picture at the end of the south end of the Ocean City Boardwalk. It's where the jetty meets the inlet at Ocean City. How is everybody doing tonight? I am so excited about this 5-part series. We are going to be talking about summertime songs, because guess what happens in 5 weeks? It's summertime.
Summertime, and you know what that means. Gonna head down to the beach, gonna do some beachy things.
It is summertime! And that is the time when I become rejuvenated. Let me explain. I do not like the sun and I do not like the heat. And yes, those are defining characteristics of the summer. But I don't really mind them when I'm doing activities that I love to do, which is like cooking outside, walking in the park in the evenings. I love to do that. And going to the beach or going to a lake. I really do feel like the sun comes here to ruin our lives and our skin. And I do love October and the fall, and that's probably my favorite time of year. But second to that would definitely be summer, because it's the time when I can get to the ocean. We are doing a 5-part series, Music and Makeup Mondays. We are going to be talking about summertime songs, and if that sounds like a good time to you, stick around and we'll be right back.
Summertime, and you know what that means. Gonna head down to the beach, gonna do some beachy things.
The way we're going to do this is summertime songs from 5 different genres. So we're going to do country, R&B, pop, oldies, and then the last one is going to be my all-time favorite summertime songs. How we define a summertime song. So a lot of you might be going, oh my gosh, this song, that song, summertime, it's a summer song. Sometimes a song like Good as Hell by Lizzo. That song became pretty popular in the summertime. People might go, oh, that's my summer anthem. That's my jam. Here's the thing. The song isn't about summertime activities. The song isn't about like the beach, the ocean, whatever. I love the song. And when I hear it, I do think about summertime. It's just like the same reason like when I hear, I don't know, like the Thong song, I think about summertime because that video was all beach and summer and everything. But it's not really a song about literally summertime and doing sort of summertime activities. Qualification right here, that definition is going to get tiny bit stretched when we get to R&B because as I discovered, R&B singers don't make a whole lot of songs about summertime activities. But that is for future TK to deal with. We are going to start this week with country summertime songs. Before we get started, let's talk about makeup, then we'll talk about music. We are going to be doing some summer looks. You will basically have 5 tutorials on a summer look. Bang, 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 right in a row. So let's talk about the palettes that we're going to use. The first one is going to be this one. This is a great summertime palette. This is the Glam Light Ice Cream Truck. Why wouldn't a palette called Ice Cream Truck be great for summertime? All these beautiful, beautiful pastels and these absolutely buttery metallics. None of that is pressed glitter. If you wanted to know, that's all these beautiful buttery metallics from Glam Light. This is an amazing palette. Another palette that we're going to use, and I just got this one, Edge of Reality eyeshadow palette from KVD Vegan Beauty. They put this on sale for $15. And I'm kind of like, okay, can't quite resist that. It's got some gorgeous duochromes in it. Some beautiful mattes. So those are the eyeshadow palettes. We're going to try something new today. This is the Milani Glow Hydrating Skin Tint with 29% squalene. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. This is new. And I'm excited to try it because I normally use like a medium coverage foundation, but I'm excited to try more of a lighter foundation for summertime and see if that gives me some coverage since everything is lovely and shimmery and gorgeous in the summertime. This is the Lunar Beauty Moon Prism Blush Palette. Get my tongue all wrapped around my eye teeth. I can't see what I'm saying. I want to use this Twilight here, and I also want to use Soleil. Get to the music. First song we're going to talk about is a song by an artist that I covered here not that long ago, and I have enjoyed his music since he started in the 90s, and that person is Garth Brooks. Back in 1998, he released a song called 2 Pina Coladas. What I love about the song, aside from Pina Coladas, is that there's a line in there that says, science has proven that heartaches are healed by the sea. And I'm like, well, if that ain't the dang truth. My love for this song was born. The song was actually written by Sean Camp, Bonita Hill, and Sandy Mason. They basically got together for like a songwriting meeting, like a session, right? They were going to do a session of writing together. It was like a cold, sort of ugly February day. They were like, wow, how nice would it be if we were by the ocean with a pina colada in each hand, okay? And they started thinking about that, but they're like, okay, well, maybe we could write about that. And so they wrote this song just sort of as a, well, let's write it. And they said, well, okay, well, let's do a little demo. They did a little demo. They pitched the demo to producer Alan Reynolds. He was already a big Nashville producer. Most notably, he had already produced quite a few of Garth's hit albums. He was like, hey, I like this song. I'm going to take this song to Garth. And I think it's funny because, Garth had given up recording 10 Rounds with Jose Cuervo, so maybe he was looking for like another good drinking song or something. He heard 2 Pina Coladas and he's like, oh hell yeah, I'm gonna record that. He performed it on Saturday Night Live when he hosted an episode on February 28th of 1998. It was released as the third single from his Sevens album. It spent 1 week at number 1 on the country charts in May of 1998. So there was our first song. Just a bit of a farce. The writers were just having a go and ended up with a hit song by Garth Brooks. How lucky do you get? The next song is by Kenny Chesney. And let me tell you something, as far as beach songs are concerned, Kenny Chesney is to country music what Jimmy Buffett is to whatever genre Jimmy Buffett belongs to. And I hadn't thought about it before, but I don't really know where he belongs. That said, Kenny Chesney has like a killer beach repertoire. He's literally the embodiment of that line from the Garth Brooks song that says, "Heartaches are healed by the sea." Because he was married to Renee Zellweger, I think, for like 10 minutes or something. He went to Jamaica after his divorce, and he wrote an entire album while he was there. Kenny really brought it home that heartaches are healed by the sea. The song that we're going to talk about is called Anything But Mine. It was written by Scooter Caruso, and it was recorded by Kenny Chesney, released in January 2005 as, I think it was the second single from Kenny Chesney's album, When the Sun Goes Down. When the Sun Goes Down is another good beach song by Kenny Chesney, and it was a duet with Crasher. But the song we're talking about, Anything But Mine, you know, there's no crazy backstory to this song or anything like that. The video has some nice notes. We'll talk about that in a second. But this song and the video absolutely embody everything that I adore about the beach. Walking on the boardwalk, you have, all the hotels line the boardwalk, the restaurants and so on. The mist from the ocean is coming off and blowing across that boardwalk constantly. And it's as if it's trying to get past the buildings out into the street behind to lure you in. In the song, he says that. He says there's a warm wind coming in off the ocean, making its way past the hotel walls to feel the street. The first time I heard that, I was like, yeah, that's kind of exactly what happens. What amazing writing. So this song is pretty quintessential. It talks about one man's like last night on a summer vacation. He's been hanging out with this girl, Mary. They just kind of have this one last night before he has to go back to Cleveland, Tennessee. In the song, it just says, "In the morning, I'm leaving, making my way back to Cleveland." And it's like, I assumed Cleveland, Ohio. It's the only Cleveland I ever heard of. Cleveland, Tennessee. Very specific in the notes that's what that is. Although if you're not going to mention the state, I didn't see the point of making it really specific in the notes what it was. That's whatever. I didn't write the song. Scooter wrote it. I love the part where he says, "You can hear the cries from the carnival rides, the pinball bells, the skee ball slides." And I'm like, yes, because skee ball is my favorite thing to do. I'm like, absolutely, Kenny. You got me. You got me with the skee ball thing. The video has a neat backstory. It was filmed in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and it was filmed in California. Kenny Chesney and the band, they filmed themselves for the video performing in Myrtle Beach at Family Kingdom Amusement Park. And they filmed in front of a ride called the Hurricane. And I feel like the Hurricane is an absolutely quintessential, sometimes it's called like the Himalaya or the Alpine, but I've been on it and it's absolutely one of my favorite ones. Cool thing about the California filming was that Mary, the female character in the song, was actually a surfer by the name of Amy Cobb, and Sonny Miller, who shot the film Blue Crush, filmed all of her surfing scenes in the video and all the other surfing scenes and ocean scenes in the video. The third song is by the Zac Brown Band. It is called Toes, and it was basically a country summer saga epic. I loved it. I thought it was great. The story goes of a guy from Georgia who is heading to Mexico with his friends. So Zac Brown wrote this song with Wyatt Durrett. According to Zac, Wyatt kind of woke him up at 6 a.m. on his 30th birthday vacation in Key West, and he was like, "Hey, I have an idea for a song." And they wrote this song about this guy who leaves Georgia with his friends and goes to Mexico. When his friends are like, "Hey, it's time to go," he's like, "Nah, y'all go on ahead. I'm not leaving. I'm gonna quit my job," or whatever, And his friends all go back, and he's like having a really good time. and he's got women around and booze, and he's playing the guitar in the bar at night and so on and so forth, and eventually he runs out of money. So he's like, TIL, the women don't like to come around when you don't have any money, so I guess I'm gonna take my ass back to Georgia. What I thought was really great about that was he says in the song, I got my toes in the water, ass in the sand, right? And then when he gets back to Georgia, he's like, I got my ass in a lawn chair, toes in the clay, a PBR on the leg, half blue ribbon. And I'm like, you were out of money, because that's the cheapest dang beer you could possibly get. What a great ending to the song. The song was released in July of 2009, and it was the third song off of their first studio album, The Foundations. The first line of the song says, I got my toes in the water, my ass in the sand. And then there's another line in the song that says, I'm going to roll a big fat one. And it's like, that's pretty cool, but radio stations aren't going to play it. And they were sort of discovering that as they went along. The radio stations had to edit that to say toes in the water, toes in the sand. They just edited the whole line about, roll a big fat one, grab my guitar and play. Wyatt was like, I get it. I know why they have to do that. It makes sense to me. And Zach was kind of like, I would rather they just not play the song than edit those lines, That's really important. That's a great position to be in if you're like Phil Collins in 1987, okay? But they didn't have Phil Collins money. They were just starting out. It was their first studio album. They kind of had to pretty much do what the radio stations wanted to do, what the radio stations were going to play their music. And of course, there's a lot of people invested in that first album that want to see it succeed, and it won't succeed without radio play. So, you're kind of stuck. The thing of it is, like, I'm not sitting here going, just be grateful for what you can get and be glad they were playing your music. I'm not saying that at all, because as a musician, I completely get his point of view. I also get the other side of it, where you make those compromises to get along to the point where then you won't have to make compromises. It really shows a ton of musical integrity on Zac Brown's part. And that is why that whole album sounds so incredible. It sounds like these guys have been recording for 20 years. That kind of integrity that Zac Brown has, I'm sure is shared with throughout the entire band, is what makes albums great. I love this song because for like that fleeting moment, you get to sort of see I'm leaving it all behind and I'm staying at the beach, because I feel that way every time I go. Every time I go, it gets to be the last couple of days and I'm like, I don't want to go home. How can I stay here? Wasn't that restaurant that we just ate at last night, were they hiring? You think I could make, I wonder if I can make what I make my regular job. Probably not. But yeah, alas, no, it's not going to happen. Nobody's going to let you do that. The video does have several cameo appearances. One is by Kid Rock, which I think would be obvious. And by the way, Kid Rock just turned 50. In case you wanted a reason to feel really old. The rest of the portions of the music video were shot in Forsyth County, Georgia, and on Lake Lanier. The song became their second #1 hit and their third top 10 on the Billboard country charts, and then it topped out at number 25 on the Billboard Hot 100. Okay, so the next song we're going to talk about is by a person who spent a lot of time writing hits for a bunch of other people in Nashville. And that is Phil Vassar. This song is called Six Pack Summer. The song itself is really cool, and the reason that I love this song so much is because it basically embodies that morning when you get up and it's like, today's the day we're going to the beach. Today's the day. Let's load up the car. Let's get some road food. Let's get some drinks going. Let's get our beach playlist going, and you're just having a good time and you're vibing and you're having all that great beach music playing and you're snacking on the Slim Jims or whatever it is you snack on the way to the beach. This song absolutely embodies that. Deborah Evans of Billboard magazine reviewed the song, and she said, this is one of those songs that makes you just want to kick back with the 6-pack of your favorite beverage with the sun on your face. It has a melody as breezy as a day beach. And I agree 100%. I think it's just one of the best beachy songs that I've ever heard. He talks about like putting steaks on the grill and all most fun things to do. You go to the beach, you don't eat out every night. So let's talk a little bit about Phil Vassar. He was a writer in Nashville. He wrote for Dee Messina. He wrote that song Bye Bye for her. He wrote lots of hits in Nashville. He wrote with Tim McGraw, but his own, he didn't really have his own recording career. He got signed in 1999 with Arista Nashville, and he released a self-titled album. And I was like, wow, this guy wrote all this great music and then turned around and he's got pipes. And he writes a lot of great songs like that, like very relatable. And this song's really relatable because I think everybody can relate to that day when you're like, tomorrow morning we leave for the beach. So that brings us to our last song, a song written by Tom Shepard and Stephen Williams. It was recorded by Craig Morgan, who is the son of Lorrie Morgan, the famous country singer. And it talks about one of my absolute most favorite ocean lake activities, and that is being on a boat. I'm on a boat! This song is called Redneck Yacht Club. It's not really the thing of like, oh, a bunch of rednecks. It's more of like a lifestyle. Like, he's not really making fun of rednecks or anything like that. This song kind of chronicles a group of friends that pretty much on the weekends they get together and they go to the lake. They have like different boats and so on, but I think he says, I think the thing starts out, me and my buddies out on the lake, and it just kind of goes through the whole, like, oh, here's the guy who, he basically starts drinking at 10 a.m. There's always one. There is. I think he said, we're strung together like a floating trailer park, the Redneck Yacht Club. And he's just talking about the summer activities, the things that you're doing when you're out on the lake and you're really just, you're like on pontoons and you're doing a little bit of tubing, or you're just sitting there and you've got your beer cooler over here on a floaty and you're sitting on a floaty and you're tethered. You can't listen to this song when you're sitting at work because it will make you angry that you're not out doing that. That is the absolute truth. The video was filmed on Percy Priest Lake in Davidson County, Tennessee, and there are 2 cameos in it. One is by Blake Shelton, who is a famous country singer, and you might know him as Mr. Gwen Stefani. And the other one is by Aaron Tippin, who is a pretty, he's like one of them real big collar country singers. The song was released in May of 2005. It was the second song off of Craig Morgan's My Kind of Living album. It peaked at number 2 on the Billboard Hot Country charts. It was certified gold for 500,000 in sales, and then it was certified gold also for digital sales. It topped out at 45 on the Billboard Hot 100. And just a word about that, because these are country songs, it's really more important where they went on the country charts than where they ever got to on the Billboard 100. But I mention it because in all my other videos I kind of say, hey, Billboard Hot 100 is a measure of how well a song does. In this case, really, where they got to on the country charts, and all these are way up there, did really well. All right, I'm digging this look. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to finish this look with some lashes and some foundation, and I'll be right back. Okay, so here's our final look. Okay, so we're going to wrap up our country summer songs. The first one we talked about was Two Pina Coladas by Garth Brooks. It was released in March of 1998 as a single from his Sevens album, and it hit number 1 on the country charts in June of 1988. The next song we talked about was Anything But Mine by Kenny Chesney. It was released in June of 2005 as the 5th song from his album When the Sun Goes Down. It hit number 1 on the US country charts and topped out at number 48 on the Billboard Hot 100. As I said before, Kenny Chesney has a bunch of great beach songs, and the one that I like, another one that I like is When the Sun Goes Down's duet with Uncle Cracker. The next song was Toes by the Zach Brown Band. That was released in July 2009, and it was the 3rd single from their debut studio album, The Foundations. It was their second number 1 hit and their 3rd top 10 hit on the Billboard Country chart. It topped out at number 25 on the Billboard Hot 100. 4th song we talked about was Six Pack Summer by Phil Vassar. That is the song that is all about those we're leaving for the beach day vibes. It was released in June 2001 as the 4th single off of his self-titled album. It peaked at number 9 on the US Billboard Country charts, and it topped out at number 56 on the Billboard Hot 100. The last song that we talked about was Redneck Yacht Club by Craig Morgan. It was released in May 2005 as the second single off of his album My Kind of Living. It was certified gold for 5,000 in sales, and it was also certified gold for digital streams. It was number 2 on the Billboard Hot Country Singles, and it topped out at number 45 on the Billboard Hot 100. So that is our Music and Makeup Monday. I hope that you like this look. I hope you like the new format for Music and Makeup Mondays. I hope that you guys get to do this summer what we didn't get to do last summer. I hope that you get to the beach, get to be around some water, get to the ocean, swimming pool, whatever. And I hope that you guys get to have a lot of fun. In the meantime, we're going to build a little bit of a playlist here of some summer jams that you can take with you when you decide to go. I hope you had a good time hanging out with me. Come back next Monday when we are going to do the top R&B summer songs. I hope wherever you are, you're having a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, or a great night. I hope that you're taking care of yourself. You got to take care of yourself, guys. You got to take care of yourself so you can have a banging summer. Do stuff. Go places. And I hope you're taking care of each other. Be kind. And as always, I'll see you in my next one. Bye, y'all.
Summertime, and you know what that means. Gonna head down to the beach, gonna do some beachy things.